Hello everybody. If you are struggling to reach and defeat Mithrix or are really just struggling in general in your runs, then this video is for you. This will be a completely uncut run on Monsoon difficulty of me taking down the final boss, so let's just get right into it. And I'm playing Captain. I'm using the hacking beacons as my loadout, double hacking beacon. So if you don't have hacking beacons, I would strongly recommend that you unlock them because they are very powerful. The reason I'm making this video is because I get a lot of questions about the general difficulty of the game. Specifically in the patch notes, they said that they increased the difficulty scaling by 10% on Monsoon difficulty. Actually, it was on all difficulties. Now think about it. Yeah, it was on all difficulties. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. And to a lot of people, that was a very noticeable change. And I get questions all the time. How do you deal with that? Like, what have you changed in your runs? What are you doing differently? So I just figured I'd do an uncut run and explain it as I go. It'll just be a little easier to follow when you actually see a real example of what's going on here. So I'm going to shoot that. Hopefully I stun him. We got it. We got it. And not really. Not really. I was like, he didn't die. I didn't get the money for that kill. Yeah, I did like no damage. Unfortunately. So the first thing I did there was I scouted for something to hack. I saw the whatchamacallit there? The chant shrine. If you watch my stream, you know that I've been saying whatchamacallit a lot recently. I've been trying to stop, actually articulate what I'm trying to say. I saw this chant shrine, so I used my hacking beacon here. If you're playing Captain and you're using the double hacking beacon loadout, or you're really just using one hacking beacon, it doesn't matter if you're using two, you should use it as soon as possible. You get more value out of your hacking beacons if you use them earlier on, because obviously the longer you're on a stage, the more money you're going to be receiving just by killing the monsters regularly. So it's a good thing to get in the habit of using your hacking beacons right away, because also I can speak of plenty of times where I've just straight up forgotten to use my beacons. Like I'm at the teleporter, I'm in the middle of the fight, and I'm like, oh shoot, I still have both my hacking beacons. So it's just a good habit to use them right away. I try to avoid using them on anything. I try to avoid using them on regular chests like this. Anything above that, so even just a healing chest, damage chest, utility chest, and beyond, I will use the hacking beacon on. But I try to avoid chests and regular multi-shops because it's not really worth it. Those are the cheapest things on the stage. Anything past that though, like drones especially. Drones are actually very worth using your hacking beacons on, especially because they get your microbots passive, and the microbots passive is insanely powerful. So it's pretty good to get drones on Captain especially. Drones are okay in general too for general aggro purposes. They draw monsters attention and they get it off of you, so they can save your skin in some situations. And especially if you buy healing drones, you actually get a benefit from them rather than just them tickling enemies. The healing drones are kind of useful with healing you. Anyway, we're not talking about drones here. We're talking about the run in general. I'm going to do my best to defeat Mithrix on stage 6, so as soon as possible, basically. But if I have to do another loop, or I have to do a loop, well, I guess it is another loop, because one loop and then an additional loop. If I have to do another loop, then I will. But chances are we can probably take them out on stage 6. I've been playing Eclipse mode recently, and in Eclipse mode, you cannot obliterate. Basically, if you don't know what Eclipse is, it's a new difficulty, or essentially it's a game mode, but it's essentially a difficulty where it starts at baseline Monsoon, and then for each successful run that you complete, which is killing the final boss, that's the only way to complete the run, the modifiers get harder and harder, and they stack. So it's pretty fun. In other words, I've been killing Mithrix quite a bit, which is why I'm going to try and take him down on stage 6 here as soon as possible. Okay, so that was a pretty good stage 1. I got a Predatory Instincts, which is always great. 5% crit chance, and then each crit that you deal increases your attack speed by a little bit. That's pretty good. I like a couple backup mags on Captain. A lot of people think that his taser is the weakest ability. I would actually say that the beacons are his weakest ability, my R, even though I just praised them earlier. Use them as soon as possible to get free stuff. But they kind of fall off. They fall off very quickly. I would say his taser's pretty weak, don't get me wrong. But it's not the weakest ability. It's nice because it resets your auto attack. So boom, boom, instead of just doing this. So it's good for that, and it's good for locking down enemies. It's a very powerful tool to be able to CC a Beetle Guard, or an Elder Lemurian, or an Imp, or a Bison, or a Jelly. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a really powerful tool to just lock something down and hold it still. Especially for your Orbital Strike, this thing right here. It's way easier to hit it, obviously, when the target isn't moving. So I actually find that I get a lot of value out of the taser. Mostly because of the attack reset, not because of the locking things down in the same spot. Especially because bosses are not affected. They can't be stunned, they can't be slowed. So bosses aren't affected by the taser. I'm gonna take a chug here real quick. Wetland aspect. Oh, we got a Golem wetland aspect. The earth rumbles and groans with mysterious energies. That is the Golem only stage. Well, stone only stage, I guess, because it's Golems and Titans. So my teleporter boss is almost assuredly going to be a Stone Titan. I could get really unlucky and get a stone golem horde of many, I guess, but I highly doubt that'll happen. More than likely I'll get a stone titan fight here. I think it's kind of good that I got a golem only stage now that I think about it, because golems give you a ton of money. A ton of money. And we're so early into the run that I'm not going to be seeing a lot of golems. So for the most part, I'll just be getting a ton of money. Whenever they spawn, I just get free money. I'm going to go look for a chest to use right away. Here's a drone. It's a perfect example. This thing is 86 gold. A regular chest will be like, I don't know, I'm 5 minutes in. I'll just say 53. I'm going to guess 53 gold. So I save quite a bit of money by buying a drone. Plus, it's a drone. It's kind of useful, especially when they get my passive, as I said. I'll probably end up hacking this too. Generally, you'll find at least one large chest or like utility damage, whatever chest. Oh, I was about to say, or green multi-shop, and there it is, the green multi-shop. Darn it. Well, I have enough money for it anyway, which is fine. But I would have preferred, you know, saving a little more money by hacking the green multi-shop and then buying that healing chest regular, but that's okay. You can see I'm not really wasting any time. I didn't go on stage 1. I didn't go look for every single possible piece of loot there. I got what I needed, and I got out of there. All right, rather, I got what was easily visible. That was a waste of my orbital strike there. Kind of missed first couple shots. Same thing here. I'm just going to get what I want and then get out. I'm going to take a random here. Squid Polygon is pretty useless. Gore's Tome is pretty good, but I would rather get a, you know, ATG ukulele. Something along those lines, so it's worth the gamble there. Will-o-the-Wisp is pretty good, but if you're going for Mithrix kills as fast as possible, not as fast as possible, but if your main goal for the run is to kill Mithrix, you know, ideally you kill him on stage 6 to get it just done as soon as possible. Will-o-the-Wisp doesn't really help you with that. Still a great item, absolutely amazing item, but if I'm doing a Mithrix-centric run, Will-o-the-Wisp is not, like, super powerful. Also, can you tell the benefit of having the Golem only stage here? I'm at 183 gold, and I bought, like, 3 chests, something like that. Pretty good stage, I would say. Repulsion printer, I'm not going to print that. Repulsion armors are really only good for damage over time effects, because once you get into a, like, literally stage 4, stage 5, the monsters are dealing hundreds of damage per hit. I'm actually going to take the... Oof. I'm going to take the energy drink here. Normally, I would take the medkit there, but I have no mobility right now, and I already have a little bit of healing with the slug. The medkit buff is actually insane. They are very, very, very powerful. Getting just like 2 or 3 medkits can easily save your butt in a very sticky situation. So highly recommend you pick up medkits. Highly, highly, highly. At any point in the run. Doesn't have to be early game. It can be any point in the run. Medkits are very powerful to get. All right, probably get, well, Stone Titan, like I said, because we have the Stone Titan event. I'm going to stay up here. Kill him from up here. There's no point in jumping down there. Be careful of the crossfire here. You can see I'm always on the move. I'm never standing still. I'm always, always, always on the move. If you're standing still for really any reason at all in your runs, you're doing it wrong. There's never a reason to stand still. The bustling fungus would be like the obvious exception. If you need to heal, if you find like a blood shrine, you pop a blood shrine, you need to heal up really quick, and you have a bustling fungus, okay, and then you stand still. Other than that, I'm sprinting after every single action that I do. You can see my little carrot here. Oh, that just went away. The little carrot right here, the sprinting carrot, that'll show up after everything if you pay attention. I'm always spamming my sprint key. Always. I'm jumping, I'm strafing in circles, and I'm pressing my sprint key. Everything, every movement that you make makes you a harder target to hit. And then that's the name of the game, right? Don't get hit. Don't get hit. It's not ideal. I'm not going to buy a gunner turret. If it was a drone, I may go over there because I saw another little prong thing too. What is this? It is a gunner drone. All right, I'll buy that one. I'll buy that one for sure. Then we have a healing drone. Perfect. All right, I'll buy that healing drone. I will buy that gunner drone, and then I will get on out of here. Notice, again, I'm not really scouring the stage for all the loot. I have a pretty good amount of items right now. They're not amazing by any stretch, but it's a good amount of items. I'm happy with them. So there's no point in me scouring the stage, just wasting time, hoping to get one extra item that'll help me out when I can just leave right now with a pretty good setup and save a lot of time. Now, by buying these drones, I am probably sacrificing the 10-minute point for Rally Point Delta. But on my streams, if you watch my streams, twitch.tv/WoolieGaming, by the way, if you watch my streams, I have not been getting Rally Point Delta. I would say literally in the past, let's say 4 days of me playing the game. So let's just toss 30 runs. Let's just say the past 30 runs. Where's this drone? Here it is. I maybe have gotten Rally Point Delta 5 times. I can count the number of times I've gotten Rally Point Delta on one hand in about 30 runs. It's crazy. So who knows if I'm going to get it this time. And I'm actually going to get out of here. I might be able to get there. I should TP out at like 9:35, 9:34 maybe. I could get Rally Point Delta. I could get the prey on in time. We'll see. The Prayon Accumulator is very, very strong on the Mithrix fight because of the final phase. But if you're watching this video in the future, there is a patch that is currently in the works. It's already been submitted to QA. It's going to be released, I don't know, in like a week or so probably. And in that patch, Mithrix, these are all pretty garbage. I mean, Focus Convergence actually, you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm going to take Focus Convergence. It's pretty good. Ooh, 57 leaf clover, dude. For the sake of this video, I am not going to print this clover. Obviously, in a real run, you would print this clover, right? You would 100% print this clover. My items are pretty garbage. I would 1,000,000% print this clover. I will print this site, though. What do I want to lose? I want to lose 1 backup mag, the focus crystal, and the fresh meat. That would be the perfect trade here. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. I lost the teddy bear, but hey. So I gained 5% crit. Predatory Instincts and Harvester's Scythe each give you an invisible 5% crit. So I now have 11% crit plus the 1% from my survivor. Every survivor has an innate 1% crit. So I bought that scythe for a little bit of extra healing as well as the crit chance, which is pretty good. And I would have, again, printed the clover without question. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. And we got rally point. Okay. Sadly, I am about the furthest point away from the Prayon as possible in any situation. It's right there. 15 seconds to get over there. We'll try it. I'm just going to hold down the W key. See what happens. Don't look at the time. Don't look at the time. 9:51. We're making it. We're not making it. We're not making it. There's no way. There's no way, unfortunately. Oh, so close. So close. Well, I knew full well that when I went to go buy that healing drone especially, that I was sacrificing the Prayon. It's not... I didn't finish my point, by the way. Sorry. I will finish in a second about the Mithrix fight. It's not like super integral to... Integral? I don't know. You get the point. It's not super important to get the Prayon, but it is really nice to have. It's not going to mess over your... It's not going to screw you over, right? If you don't get the Prayon. It's just really nice to have. It's a free equipment. Going back to the Mithrix fight real quick. If you're watching this video in the future, that patch may have very well come out already. And in that patch, Phase 3 Mithrix, or I call it Phase 3. It's Phase 4. The phase where you start sucking in all your items. He is now invulnerable during that phase. He cannot take any damage while he sucks your items. The reason for that is basically if you had a Prayon Accumulator or really any equipment, any damaging equipment, if you used it at the right time and you started the channel of whatever ability it is, so missile launcher, you shot all the missiles out, Prayon, you started charging the shot, capacitor, you just time it, it would deal all the damage as if you had your items, all of your items, if that makes sense. Now they are making it so he doesn't take damage during that phase. Therefore, you can't... It was cheesing the fight, essentially. He starts stealing all of your items, and yet you get a massive equipment shot. If I'm going to print the slug here, too. So if you're watching it in the future, just be aware of that. That very well might be a change. But I'll discuss that once we get to Mithrix. I'll discuss how to... Actually, I just won't even cheese him. I just won't even cheese him. How about that? So we'll just do the fight as regular here. In fact, it'll be easier if this patch has already come out. It'll be easier for you than it will be for me because he has a ton of extra health during the final phase. And as far as I know, in this patch, when they make him immune to damage during that phase, they're also reducing his health heavily. So he's going to have a way less HP. Anyway, sorry, that was a little all over the place there. I'll go back to the run here. I got that large chest right off the bat, which was very nice. I printed my... Or I scrapped. I would say print. I scrapped my slug, focus crystal, and fireworks, I believe. Yeah, I think it's fireworks. I'm going to keep the sticky bomb there. As soon as I see a scrapper, I will just print anything that I don't need in my inventory. Now, determining what you need and what you don't need just comes with time and experience, as with a lot of things. So don't be too caught up in, oh, what should I scrap here? Should I scrap anything? If you're thinking too hard about it, then just save your stuff. It's better to just save your stuff, honestly. It's a lot better, especially as a newer player, to just understand the good printers and know that, okay, I want to print here. Not necessarily that, okay, here's a good printer. Yeah, like, do I have enough scrap to take care of it? Just print your stuff. Just print your stuff. If you find a teddy bear printer or a crit printer or a syringe printer or, you know, any good printer in the game, just print some stuff. If you're thinking too hard about what to scrap and what not to scrap, it comes with time and experience. That's as simple as that. Like this repulsion armor, for example. If I get to stage 5 and I feel like I can kill Mithrix and I see a scrapper, I'll probably scrap this repulsion. Because I don't really need it. There's no damage over time in... oh, sticky bomb printer. I still have to pay respects, boys. Always got to pay the respects. There's no point to keep stuff for the Mithrix fight that does nothing for you. So, Will of the Wisp. If I see a green printer on stage 5... Now, green items are a little different. I would recommend to avoid scrapping green items, especially within the first couple stages. The first 3 stages, really. Because there's no guarantee that you get a good green printer. Green printers are much more rare than a white printer. Much more rare. So I would recommend even saving the Lepton Daisies, the Chrono Baubles, the Squid Poglips, all that stuff. Just save it because it does something for you. There's no guarantee to get a green printer at all, let alone a good green printer. So it's better to just hold on to your stuff. All right, I'm losing a little bit of time here. It is time to skedaddle on out of here. Made a quick little loop around the caves here just to check for items. There wasn't a whole bunch, unfortunately, but it's always worth the check. The caves usually have quite a bit of loot. And I see a tri-tip dagger. Oh, I see a tri-tip dagger. That's a good segue. I guess it is a segue. The new bleed. Oh, that's pretty good. I avoided printing a clover. I'm going to take this alien head. I don't want to see any comments. Oh, we got an alien head on stage 3. Oh, it's a rigged run, dude. It's a rigged run. Easiest run of his life. Kind of forgot what I was going to talk about bleed. The new bleed changes are crazy. Simple as that. You're going to be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't agree that the bleed changes are kind of nuts. They're really nuts. Infinitely scalable with a common item with a very very small stack size of common items. Like, that's crazy. Bleeds are absolutely nuts. It is worth noting that sorry, I'm trying to wipe my nose up real quick. It is worth noting that the chance to bleed is determined by your hits proc coefficient, which is basically how effective your on-hit items are. That's what proc coefficient is. So if I'm playing captain, for example, or if you're playing captain, I should say, because I am playing captain, the captain's primary attack has a proc coefficient of 0.75, meaning that you need 9 tri-tips to cap your bleed instead of just 7, because it's 15% chance to bleed per dagger, so 7 times 15 is 105. The extra 5% does nothing. But for captain, it's 9 because of that 0.75 proc coefficient. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing multi, for example, his nail gun has a 0.6 proc coefficient, which I believe that means he needs 14. It might be only 11, actually. No, 14 is too much. 14. I think it's 11. Something like that. Just keep your proc coefficient in mind. Basically, if your attack happens really, really fast and you can get a lot of hits out in a quick time frame, you probably have a sub 1.0 proc coefficient. So keep that in mind when you're determining when to stop. If you find a tri-tip printer or something, or if you have a few tri-tips and you see another one in a multi-shop, you're debating whether or not you should buy it, just keep your proc coefficient in mind. You can see there, I got kind of low for a second. I was like 200 HP or something. Not particularly low, but definitely not healthy either. But I just kept moving around, kept jumping, and I'm fine. I have the cautious slug. I have the healing drone. So I don't have a ton of healing, but I have enough. So I didn't panic. I didn't... is that a cloak chest? What is this? It's a cloak chest. Let's go. Cloak chests are really rare to find. I don't know what their spawn rate is. It's definitely lower than regular stuff, obviously. A cloak chest is just a regular chest, but invisible. And it's free. It doesn't cost any money. It's really, really, really hard to find them, as in it's almost impossible to find them without doing this, being in the teleporter fight and then looking out for the little red prongs that denote you can't activate with it, or interact with it, rather. You see those, be on the lookout for a cloak chest. But honestly, it's not really worth it. It's a free chest. One free chest per stage, not that big of a deal. Or it's not per stage. I don't know why I said per stage. It's not per stage. So you see I'm just running around in a circle, jumping, keeping nimble here. I could take out the wisps here, but honestly, I'm full health. They're not going to kill me. Might as well just go for them now. You can see that the drones are doing some work here. I have a lot of drones in the air, and you hear the pew, pew, pew. That is the drones, the passive. Where is the chest? Where was it? I should have pinged it. Uh-oh. There we go. We got it. We got a free teddy bear. Nice. I'm not going to hit a Shrine of Order. Shrine of Orders are kind of a meme. They're basically a meme. If you have... Actually, in a run like this, where if you have a lot of items and you only have a few good ones, then you might as well take the Shrine of Order, right? You might as well. Just gamble it. See if you... Like, if I rolled all into tri-tip or something, it'd be crazy. Or if I got, like, all predatories, like, all sights, it'd be pretty good. But you get the idea. Otherwise, just ignore Shrine of Orders. They are just complete meme. A complete meme. All right, we got pretty lucky here with the Abyssal Depths on the captain. It is very nice. I'm going to scrap my fungus here. I'll scrap the rest of the key as well when I come back, because the legendary chest is able to be hacked. So I essentially don't have to farm at all for this legendary chest. I just plop down my hacking beacon, bada bing, bada boom, let it do the job. Now, it takes like a minute for it to hack it. That was a pretty bad maneuver there. Could have been dangerous. If that Imp Overlord had started slamming earlier, I would have taken like 4 slams and been down very low. But luckily, he had only started when I initially crossed his path. Could have been very dangerous there. Don't walk right in front of Imp Overlords. Just a pro tip on that one. Don't walk right in front of Imp Overlords. Not a good idea. Try to stay behind them. Staying close to them is a good idea, but walking right in front of them is not. You should stay behind them because they only slam in front of them, obviously. Now, if you're playing a melee survivor, playing Acrid melee for some ungodly reason, I hope you're not. But if you are playing melee Acrid, if you're playing loader, or if you're playing mercenary especially, it is worth saying that the Imp Overlord slam actually is a little bit too large, as in it'll hit you when you're standing directly behind him. It'll still hit you if you're like right next to the Imp Overlord. So don't stand right next to them, but get as close as you can without, you know, smelling his toe fungus or something. If you catch my drift. All right, we got the red item here. Let's see what we get. We get a Dio's best friend. All right, this is pretty good, actually. This will be good for teaching purposes. If I make a big mistake, I can explain what happened and probably still kill Mithrix after that. But hopefully I don't make any mistakes, so you won't have to see that. Not bad, though. All right, so I'm going to pop both of these combat shrines. There's another one on the hill, like right over there somewhere. I'm going to pop both of these just to get that influx of money. Combat shrines are very, very, very good to have because they bolster the amount of money you get in your stage by a huge margin. Huge margin. And more importantly, they speed up the amount of time it takes you to loot the stuff that you want to on a certain stage. And stage 4 is definitely one of those stages where you want to farm. This is the time to do it. Either Siren's Call or Abyssal Depths, it doesn't matter. Stage 4 is the time to farm. And stage 5, to a lesser degree, I would say stage 5. Stage 5 is pretty dangerous. So if you're having a bad run, I would recommend just taking the artifact portal and getting the heck out of there as soon as possible. You can maybe get a couple chests along the way kind of thing, but if you're having a bad run on stage 5, I would recommend just get the heck out of there. Stage 4, on the other hand, this is the time to farm. This is where you want to spend as much time as you possibly want to get all the loot. Because obviously you're going to go into stage 5, and then after that you have to loot the game, so you need to be as powerful as you possibly can. I'm probably good on money with 3k. I might come back for that combat shrine. Right there, it's right there. But 3.4k is a lot of money, especially because they don't have to buy the legendary chest. Because the hacking beacon is OP. Another rusted key. I will scrap that. So right now in my inventory, I'm going to scrap the repulsion. I'm going to scrap the rusted keys, and I'm going to scrap the... That's it, actually. I guess I could scrap the slug, too. I don't really need the slug. Ideally, I would get a little more crit and a little more attack speed before the final boss. Actually, I don't really have a lot of damage at all. I need quite a few things before I take down Mithrix here. So this stage is going to have to hook me up, and especially stage 5. I don't quite know if I'm going to go Mithrix stage 5 or I'm going to do another loop. And this video will be like an hour and a half long or something. It won't be that long. It'll be like 60 minutes, an hour. Maybe. We shall see. Bandolier is not that good. It's something. So bandolier is one of those green items that I would scrap. If I saw a good green printer, I would definitely scrap a bandolier. It's okay to have one, but it's not amazing by any stretch. I'm not going to shoot him. The reason why I didn't shoot that crab there is because I didn't want to knock him out of my orbital strike. If I would have done that, then I obviously would have wasted the orbital strike. 12 second cooldown. Well, not now because I have an alien head. Versus just a 1 auto attack worth of damage. Probably worth saving the cooldown. We'll do the war banner. We'll do the rusted keys. And again, I'm going to keep the backup mag just because I like that auto attack reset. Find it very satisfying. And it's good to have at least a couple tasers. Sorry, I'm like super thirsty. I streamed earlier today, so my voice is kind of parched because of that. My apologies. Also, hopefully the info I've given you guys so far isn't rehashing, because I know I've made a few videos like this already. And if you watch those videos, hopefully you're still learning some new stuff, especially because of the changes that came with the update. That was the whole point of me making this video. Nice. Leeching Seed's pretty good. Gives me a little bit of extra healing. I don't need crit for it. Yeah, so hopefully the information is still pretty useful for you. Oh, another combat shrine. Well, if I wasn't playing Captain, this would be a very good stage 4. However, I'm playing Captain, so I already got the legendary chest, so not a big deal. Personal shield generator. No, thank you. Let's hack this. Why not? I probably have enough money, like I said, to buy the rest of the stage, but just in case, I'm going to hack this chest. Save a little bit of money here. Not going to print shield gens just because I don't need the extra health. Stock that guy. You can see, basically what I do is I use my orbital strike and then I tase something. The thing that I want the orbital strike to hit, I'll tase it after I use the orbital strike. because I think it's easier to just paint the target first and then hold them down after that. Because if you shock dart them, I called it shock dart from Sova if you play Valorant. If you tase them beforehand and you have to like reposition quickly when you have the orbital strike coming down, then it's a 5-second duration. So you run the risk of the duration just timing out rather than painting the target first and then tasing them afterwards. That's what I would recommend doing. Just get in the habit of doing that. Plus, it's a little faster. Keeps you more nimble. Keeps you on the move. Was that another chest? I thought I saw a $sign pop up for a second. Maybe not. All right, he's dead. Thing with Stone Titans, if you guys are watching this video, how to kill Mithrix, you probably already know this. But thing with Stone Titans, get very close to them. They will never hit you. They will never, ever, ever hit you. Okay, I'm getting low here because of the imps. The blazing imps are actually destroying me right now. Their laser beam, they will never even use their laser beam. If you get really close to them, they just straight up will not use their laser beam, which is obviously the most important or the most dangerous part of a Stone Titan. Oh, if I wasn't playing the captain there, holy moly. That shot was coming directly towards me. That's one of the reasons why captain's passive is super good. Super good. I would have died right there. That brass contraption ball was coming straight to my face. Holy moly. All right, let's take these blazing imps out. Fire trail does a lot of damage just by standing on it. You don't necessarily have to be hit by a blazing enemy. The trail itself does a lot of damage, especially if you're fighting like an Elder Lemurian, a blazing Elder Lemurian, or a blazing Parent or something. Their fire trails do a crap ton of damage. So it's dangerous just getting close to them. Because the damage the fire trail does scales off of the damage of the enemy, obviously. So the more damage the enemy has, the more damage the trail does. Which is why the Elder Lemurians and stuff are more dangerous. I'm going to go look for a couple more pieces of loot here. I haven't even gone up here, for example. Plus, I haven't checked back there. Oh, it's a combat chest there. Let's go. That was a miss of a taser. However, it's a hermit crab, so he's dead anyway. Because hermit crabs don't really move. Didn't really need the taser. All right, let's get this combat chest. I'll check right over here real quick. Even though the caves are closed, you can still get loot down there. And then we will get on out of here. The new guillotines are... They're still good, but they're not nearly as important as they used to be. Especially if your goal, again, is to just kill Mithrix as soon as possible. Guillotines are actually kind of useless. Because you're just not getting that many elite monsters. They're still okay. They're still good. And in some situations, especially once if you get past the first loop, if you're planning on doing a regular run, quote unquote, and getting past the first loop, yes, guillotines are still amazing to have. But I would say they're not particularly amazing if you're going to just like stage 5 straight to Mithrix. Not particularly great. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the scrapper real quick, print my fungus, and that should be it. I'm going to fall off here. I have PTSD from Eclipse mode. Eclipse mode, the third modifier, fall damage is doubled, and it's lethal. So if I did that on Eclipse mode, I would have been dead right there. A little bit of PTSD. I'm actually going to scrap the Topaz Brooch as well. I don't need the 15 extra barrier per kill. Not that big of a deal. I'd much rather have an extra pair of scrap and find a crit printer or a syringe printer or bleed printer or whatever. That extra scrap's going to be pretty useful. All right, there's no more loot here. I got the red item. It was a Dios. Yeah, we're good. Let's just get out. I'm making pretty good time. I'm a little slow right now. 27 minutes. Stage 5 is a little slow, but it's still decent time. What is that? That's a dead hermit crab. Now, this current setup, not good enough to take down Mithrix. I might do it just for educational purposes, just to show you how to do the fight in general, because I think I can probably do it with 3 energy drinks. I can probably just avoid his attacks and show you the fight. We'll see, though. But with 1 tri-tip dagger, 1 alien head, 1 sticky bomb, 1 ice band, yeah, probably not enough damage. No pairs of crit, no syringes. Yeah, you get the idea. Not quite cranking the run out here, which is fine. It's actually good. I would actually prefer this because this shows you guys more of how to bring a run back, how to get consistent runs rather. I have subpar RNG because your choices do matter a lot. This game is heavily dictated by RNG, sure, absolutely, but there is still a lot of player agency, as Hopu Games calls it. A lot of choice, a lot of your run comes down to your personal choice. So it is important to understand, you know, the intricacies of making choices in this game, because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. As a newer player, especially, like, what the heck? There's like 100 different items, like 10 million different enemies coming at me from all directions. Holy crap! I'm hacking the shrine here. Oh, it already went. Shrine's gonna happen really fast. And then I'll probably hack a green multi-shop, an equipment multi-shop, or a large chest, because there's bound to be at least one of those 3 things on this stage. I'm going to save my other hacking beacon for that. If I don't go to Mithrix, I will take the commandy portal here. The commandy portal is just the artifact teleporter, but with the command artifact code. Reason being, you can do sacrifice. Sacrifice is also really good. I'm not going to give my equipment to that drone. But sacrifice is more of a case of you want to stay in there basically forever and just farm up infinitely. I feel like that's a little bit on the cheating side, in my opinion. Like, you can just stay in there forever and get an OP run. Now, if you're playing with the sacrifice artifact, I'm not saying you're cheating. I'm just saying if you purposely, every run and a regular run with no artifacts, take the sacrifice portal and stay in there for like 30 minutes, that's not really a real run. Might as well take this. I mean, I'm not really looking for anything. I guess I'll take that. If I'm doing another loop, that might help me. Just speed it up a little bit. So I take the commandy portal just because there's only a limited amount of chests in the stage. You actually have no guarantee to get a single chest in the stage. I'm talking about the artifact teleporter, the Bulwark's Ambery. So command is a little more balanced in my opinion. It's like little cherry on top. It's the icing on the cake if you get a commandy portal with like 2 or 3 chests. Get 2 or 3 pairs of crit. A couple tri-tips maybe, you know. Okay, not looking so hot here. I am hard-pressed to find the loot on this stage. Teleporter's right there. Looking like right now we are going to do a loop, but could change in a millisecond if we find a good printer. Also, the magma worm is chasing me. I'd probably take out this magma worm and these... Yeah, okay, I need to take this crap out. I'm going to shoot the Praeon. I'm honestly just going to shoot the Praeon right down the middle. I don't care if it hits anything. I just need to kill all the Braskin traps with it. There is just a lot of enemies. I didn't want them all piling up. I have 2 fuel cells anyway. So, look, I already have the Praeon shots back. Or rather, I kept them initially. I didn't use all 3 shots. Probably just save them now for the teleporter fight. I might just hack that drone. This drone is actually almost as expensive as a large chest or a multi-shop. I'm going to buy that drone. Hack the drone, rather. So it's not a bad idea. Again, missile drones are way more expensive. Missile drones are way more expensive than regular drones. If that was a regular drone, I would not have done that. But it's a missile drone. I'm kind of tempted to buy this healing drone, too. You know what? I might go for Mithrix here. I might just do it. Just to show you guys. Unfortunately, I have 12 scrap in my inventory. Not a single printer to use on. Unfortunate. Yikes. I also have no Hopu feathers, which are very important to have for the Mithrix fight, in my opinion. Very important to get at least 1 Hopu feather, but preferably like 2 or 3. So this will be a learning experience for sure. It's possible, but holy moly, is it going to be a rough fight. Okay, that's a big boy magworm damage. Uh-oh. Stealth kits are doing something for me. All right. Oh! Woo! Oh, that's going to miss. Oh, that's unfortunate. I jumped right into that almost. I did jump into that. I was trying to make it under the magworm's little tail there. All right, this is not good. I have like no damage. Look at that healing. Holy crap, look at that healing. That's the drone plus the slugs. That is insane. I'm gonna shoot another prey on here. Hopefully the other worm comes up to eat that one. Close. Close enough. All right, hook me up. Come on. Both worms are dead. This shrine is actually cucking me. All right, we're shouldn't ignore this shrine. Holy moly. Hey, you guys, some of you have been asking for a run with bad RNG. Here you go. Here you go. This is not top of the line RNG for, but even if I had that clover, the funny part is if I printed that clover, or that cauldron, way back on like stage 2 or 3, I would still be in basically the same spot right now. Screw it, dude. Screw it. Might as well. Might as well. I have the bare minimum to take down Mithrix here. I have the mobility and the bare minimum of healing. And I guess the Praeon's pretty nice too. So this will be a very good teaching moment. I don't even know if I can take down Mithrix, honestly. We'll find out. We will find out. I do have 1 armor piercing. I got a armor piercing on this stage. Maybe I get lucky and get a Chiaro's band printer, an ATG printer, or a Renault's band printer. Icefire band. By printer, I mean cauldron on the lunar stage. Maybe I get really lucky with that because I do have 12 scrap. I can buy or print 4 of them, which will be nice. So you can see, again, I'm not really too worried about the chip damage because I have a ton of little healing for that. I have the slugs, I have the scythe, I have the leeching seed. So I'm not really worried about taking care of all the little lesser wisps and everything. If I was playing a different survivor with not a butt ton of damage up front to take care of those little guys, maybe I would prioritize them just to get them out of here. Because I know that if I let them stack up, I'll get swarmed eventually. Holy crap, that was fast. Double focus convergence, by the way. Focus convergence is actually one of my favorite lunar items. I really love just, you know, spending less time charging the teleporter. It's a good idea. Obviously, you have a smaller radius to play around, but it's not really that big of a deal. All right, here we go with commencement. I have 4 energy drinks. That means my strafing capabilities are extremely limited for this fight. I have no wax quell. I have no hopu feather. Mobility is very, very, very important for Mithrix. Like, super important. Let me mute my mic real quick so you don't hear me chug my water. There we go. Because I know it makes like a bird whistling noise whenever I do it. So this is like the bare minimum to take down Mithrix. I have some damage. Not enough damage. Definitely not enough. But I have some damage. I have a baseline of damage. 1 tri-tip, 1 ice band, 1 armor piercing, predatory scythe. That's about it. That's about it. You know you're struggling when you count the scythe as the damage on him, by the way. Oh, man. Okay, since I have like very little damage here, I'm just going to ignore the ads. Completely ignore them. The only reason I'm doing this, well, actually 2 reasons. First, for educational purposes in the video. If I don't take kill Mithrix here, then you won't see this video. That's basically how that works. I'll do another run. But number 2 is just to show that it is possible. It is possible to take down Mithrix with not an insane run. The Mithrix fight is largely to do with dodging his attacks, or rather anticipating the attacks. Not necessarily like bobbing and weaving or sidestepping. Just anticipating what's coming next. Or rather, just knowing what's coming next. If you have no idea what's coming next, it's kind of hard. At least we have the energy drinks. At least I have some baseline movement to get over here. Might as well stun him. Why not? Why not? Jump right through this guy, I think. Yep. We'll see. We will see what happens. Again, I do have that Dio's best friend, so if I make a mistake, I have a second chance. I have a second chance. So, dealing with those ads, if you're in a run like this, especially, I would say just ignore the ads entirely. Just run straight past them. Just ignore them entirely. But if you have a pretty decent amount of damage, it's worth taking out the ads, especially... Oh, the lockbox. Look. Let's go. Try to prepare a crit. Let's go. Either of those things would be great. Or a syringe. Monster Tooth, not quite it. Not quite it, I gotta say. If you have a decent amount of damage, you can take out those ads. The flying enemies are much more dangerous than the ground-based ones. They both have ranged attacks. I usually say melee or ranged, but the little prong-looking guys are still a ranged enemy, despite being on the ground. Actually, I can't make it like this, can I? I just wasted it. I had to go from there. Uh-oh. Shoot. All right, maybe I can jump off here and get teleported on. I doubt it, but maybe. Let's see what happens. I think it'll just teleport me back in. Yeah. I really want to check the cauldrons. I really, really, really do. Oh, we can make it. We can make it. I think I can make it there without any hopu feathers like this. Actually, I haven't tried it, to be honest. I do have 4 energy drinks too, get that extra momentum. Oh yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you don't need any extra. As long as you get up here, you're fine. We are good. Well, let's see what the printers are. The cauldrons. I always call them printers. Shattering Justice is great. Fantastic. Looking for the greens first, though. There's a stealth kit and a... Is that it? Is that it? A stealth kit. Maybe there's another one up here. Please, Hopu, hook me up. Nice. All right. At least we get some fire or ice band action in here. Woo! And I will do the Shattering Justice too. I will do that. In a perfect world, I lose the Warhorn, Deathmark. Actually, I need to stop wasting time here. Warhorn, Deathmark. Let's just go for it. That's a respectable trade. That's honestly a pretty respectable trade. I'll take that. Now we have a little more damage than before. It's pretty good. There's a flying enemy right above me. This is why you take care of the flying enemies. Don't let them stay up there. These guys can be very dangerous. I think there's going to be an ad in front of me. When I tell you, yep, 2 ads. I do have, how many stealth kits, though? I have 2 stealth kits, so just kind of ignore me. We're good. Okay, I'm going to wait here for my HP to regen a little bit before I hop up there, and we'll see what happens. Jump up. We got 4 ice bands, shattering justice, armor piercing, tri-tip, and sticky bomb. Plus, you know, the predatory scythe. 11% crit. Here we go. Now, the Mithrix fight doesn't start until you pass the barrier. I believe it's like right here. Oh, well, I guess. Never mind. It was right there where I was. So if you want to take your time and just, as soon as you take that little geyser up, you can just stand still and the fight won't start. You'll be fine. 81k HP. Holy moly. So he only has 2 attacks on phase 1, which is that big slam and then the shoulder charge. And he also just dashes around. That right there. That's I call it a shoulder charge, but he swings at you, obviously. I call it the shoulder charge, though. There he goes. Here's a slam. I actually got hit by that. Holy crap. I'm already making some mistakes here. There you go. Ooh! All right. Neil's best friend. Holy moly. We still got it. We still got it. Just keep a distance. Keep a distance. I actually like keeping close to Mithrix. I don't know why I said keep a distance. Holy crap. It is kind of hard to keep track of him, though, when you don't have a lot of mobility. All right, my bands are up. I'm going to point blank prey on him. Hopefully. No, you little punk. You little punk. He teleported out. When he goes to the center like that, you just jump over these spikes. It's not a big deal. They also are staggered. Oh, my gosh. I need to not move my hand on my mouse here. The spikes are staggered, so you can also just run through them if you don't want to jump. But I would recommend just saving your jumping over them. Watch out for the shoulder charge here. Oh my gosh, he hit me anyway. All right, let's create some distance here for a second. I need to let my slugs heal me up. I'm going to create a distance here. My 4 cautious slugs. All right, here's the stagger part I was talking about. You'll see, well, not there. You saw it for a second right there. It kind of broke out. Shouldn't use my orbital strike. He's not going to get hit. Oh, he did get hit. Nice. That was close. So normally, again, I would not be doing this fight. In a regular run, I would not be doing this fight here. I would have done a loop and try and get additional items. I have very, very, very little mobility. The only mobility I have are 4 energy drinks. If you're standing on here, the spikes won't reach you. From the center, these spikes will never reach you if you're standing up here. They sometimes will cascade out and miss you anyway. But even if they were coming right up here, the spikes would not reach me. This is a pretty good fight. Sorry, a pretty good spot to fight Mithrix in. If you don't have a lot of mobility, just stand on top of this thing right here. Because the only way he can come up to you is by shoulder charging. And if he does that, if he comes up this ramp and shoulder charges, he'll go flying up in the air and he'll actually fall and take fall damage. It's pretty funny. But most of the time, he'll just kind of get stuck and then do that. He'll just jump to the center. He'll just stand. So here's what I'm talking about. Yeah, here they go. Boom. See, they don't come up. So you're totally safe like that. Sorry if I'm all over the place with my my explanations. My apologies. I actually have a little bit of damage here. That Shattering Justice was a really nice pickup. Oof. Oh, what was that? Are you trolling, dude? He's going to TP. I don't know why I even bother doing that. He's going to TP out. Or just run out. He should use his, that thing. I'm doing a terrible job explaining what Mithrix actually does. No, this is not intended to be a Mithrix boss fight guide. It's just supposed to show you the fight and have me talk through it. This is not a guide by any stretch. I have never seen a double slam. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I've never seen him do 2 slams in a row. Not like that. Yeah, usually he does that. He's going for a shoulder charge or something. There's the fall damage, by the way. Took very low. He's moving really fast. Kind of odd how fast he's moving. I'm not going to lie. Something just seems off here. But hey, we made it to phase 2. I'll take it. Deal with the flying enemies first. They are way more dangerous than the ground guys because they're essentially clay Templars. My passive will take care of this bomb. Don't have to worry about that. That's one of the reasons Captain is so nice. There you go. That's what I was talking about. I looked away for a split second and I lose half my HP. That is how ridiculous these lunar chimeras are. They're actually both called lunar chimeras. Flying versus ground-based. My passive will take care of that. Take the flying enemies out first, though. Here's a good plan of attack. God, I have no damage. Why are they? You know what? I'm gonna shoot the Prion. Screw this. I'm gonna shoot it right up there. Should take them out. I don't care if it direct hits or not. I just need to take them all out. You know what? I'm doing another Prion shot. I'm just doing it. Shoot it right up there. Again, I don't really care if it hits. I just need it to do the tickle damage. Get everything low. And as you can see, it went from 90k to 45k. Just wanted to clear it out a little bit. Not necessarily because I'm scared of dying, but because it's just going to take a while. I don't need the Prion to be up for the Mithrix fight. He's really hard to hit the Prion on anyway. It's hard enough hitting the orbital strike, let alone the Prion on Mithrix. You really just need it for the final phase, which, again, I'm not going to cheese the final phase because I want to show you the actual fight. So if you are watching this video in the future, you actually know what to do. Not really much else to say right now. I'm just taking care of the ads. They're all pretty easy. That was a good orbital strike. Big Iceman proc there. All right, I really have to play safe on phase 3 Mithrixer. It's phase 2. I call this phase the ad phase, and then this phase, the Mithrix comes back, I just call it phase 2. When in reality, it's that was a terrible orbital strike. Yikes. In reality, this is actually phase 3. I call it phase 2 though. And don't get stuck. So, one addition to this fight, when he comes back after the ad phase, is that he'll leave these little blue pillars when he slams the ground. That's the only addition. And then also there's additional. That's not the only addition. I lied to you. Sorry. Oopsies. He actually has a completely different attack, but it's very obvious once he has that attack. I'll show you what it is. So just dodge the hammer even more. As if you weren't dodging the hammer before, dodge the hammer even more now like that. Oh my gosh. So right there, usually what happens is when he shoulder charges, he was already up the ramp a little bit. When he shoulder charges, he'll go flying off and take some fall damage. That's usually what happens. All right, see if he maybe he'll stand still. Missed it. I'm gonna try to use the Prion here because I'll probably get a charge up for the final phase. In fact, I can use the Prion and just kill those guys real quick. Like that. Just get them out of here. It's a good idea to deal with these ads because they can overwhelm you. If you don't have a ton of damage especially, it's going to take you a while to kill Mithrix, and then it's a very good idea to take down these ads. Else they will overwhelm you. And can you tell why I bought the drones, by the way, at this point? Notice how my drones are all full HP, and Mithrix has been dealing with my drones basically the entire time. So they're very nice to take that aggro off of me. Dude, what in the world? You need to calm down, Mithrix. Oh, he's going to charge me. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Don't ask me how that didn't hit me. Don't ask me. The reason, okay, you know what? You know what it is? I know why this fight just feels weird right now. It's because of my drones. It's literally because of my drones. He keeps aggroing my drones in the middle of, like, looking at me for an attack. He'll go to my drones real quick. Also, I lied. He also sends out that little shockwave as you... Okay, triangles. Ah! For this phase, it's actually really easy. All you have to do is just move the opposite direction of the triangles. Get kind of close to them and just move the opposite direction. Obviously, there are times where you go the same direction, too. If it's, like, really far away from you. That was super close. Sorry, that was unexpected triangle phase there. My apologies. I call it triangles. I don't know what it's actually called. I don't know if other people call it something else. I call it triangles. Okay, you call it cage, probably. Whatever makes sense, I guess. Again, I'm going to take care of these ads. Because I don't want to get overwhelmed. I don't have a ton of damage. And there comes another one. When one dies, another takes his place. It's like a Hydra, dude. That was a terrible orbital strike. Okay, so I almost got hit there. So triangles come soon. As soon as he teleports to the middle, the next attack he's doing is triangles. So you see I'm pretty close to him. I'm just moving opposite direction that the triangles are coming. It's probably going to come. Oh, the other way now. Easy as that. There you go. Triangle phase is done. I have to keep my distance. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, luckily we can just sit up here. I don't think he can come up here. I've never been up here. I gotta be honest. I've never been up here. So I actually don't know what happens. If he like finds a way to get up here or something. I'm gonna let my slugs kick in though. Let me take a drink too. Looks like we're completely safe. All right, so if you have a lot of mobility, consider coming up here. If you're playing like Commando or Acrid, I did not mean to jump off. Oh, shoot. We're okay. We are okay. This would be a real shame if I die here, honestly. I can definitely do this fight. All right, here comes center. So that means triangle phase is coming soon. I'm dead. Oh my gosh. My drones are dead too. The drones died at triangle phase like all the time. All right, here comes triangles. You see there, I was closer to the other side, so I just went the same way instead of going opposite. That was a good teddy bear block. Holy crap, that was lucky. All right, we're good.
Oh, dude, it's so annoying. I think I get it. Let's go and get my safe spot again. You can see if I hit him with the Shattering Justice proc and I use my Orbital Strike for the Ice Band, I do a lot of damage to him. Try killing this guy, actually. Can I stun him? There's a stun. He's going to stay up here till I'm full health from the... Look at that Ice Band damage. Holy crap. Whoa. Oh, I thought he was doing like some range attack. We're good. All right, I'm going to jump off here. Oh, you can go back here too. Nice. Less damage. Less damage taken. Okay, he's going center. Oh my gosh, dude, really? I shouldn't even be killing. At this point, I'm going to ignore them. Okay, wait till it comes to me. He's going to dash. Yep, there's triangles. That. I just stand in the middle. I should use Orbital. What am I doing? Trolling. Okay, here he comes. That was a really bad dash by him. Oh my gosh. Stealth kit. Stealth kit. Oh my word. The stealth kit strikes again. I'm going to try and buy my drones here real quick. I'm kind of stalling for no reason at all. Oh my gosh. Mithrix, get the heck out of my face, dude. Get the heck out of my face. You little punk. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I decided that because I died, but that was a really good run for instructional purposes, that I would just get to the final boss, the final phase of the boss here real quick, just to show you what it's actually like. That was basically the entire fight in that run. I unfortunately, died, made too many mistakes, and ended up paying the price for it. But I figured here, instead of clickbaiting you boys, I'm going to actually show you the final phase of the boss fight, so you can see what's going on, even though it's not really that hard. It's pretty self-explanatory, actually. And again, I'm not going to cheese the fight, even though I could on this patch, because again, I want you guys that are watching this video in the future to also be able to use this run for comparison. All right. Here we go. So in the final phase, he goes to the center here, and note again, if you're watching this in the future, he will be immune to damage during this phase. I'll shoot him once here just to show that he's not. This is on the live patch. It had that patch I'm talking about has not come through. So when he takes all of your items, you want to damage him right away. So use your equipment, use everything. The more damage you deal and the more hits, I think it's based on both the damage you deal to him and the amount of hits that he takes, you'll get back your items slowly. And then of course, once you get back all your items, you're good to go. Now here, obviously I'm here at 5 minutes. I used a mod here to get here as fast as possible. So this phase is not nearly as hard. But honestly, this will be roughly what it looks like for you too. Because again, if you have been watching this whole video, I stated that when this patch comes out that I'm talking about, he will have significantly less HP. Significantly less. So more or less, that's probably what the phase is going to look like. And then I have an eccentric base over here so I can get the heck out of here. So after you kill the boss, all you have to do is just escape. You see the little marker? Oh, I was going to use my mouse. You see the little marker right there? You just have to go to it. That's your ship to exit. No! Oh, I wasted it. I'm so bad. Holy moly. Well, eccentric base, not that important. I'm so bad at this game. All you have to do is run through this. In fact, I'm going to probably skip through this except for this upcoming part. I'll skip through the rest because it's just a straight line. You're just literally running in a straight line. Right here. If you have no Hopu feathers or anything, this part can be a little challenging. You can kind of fall off here. You just have to make it on those little rocks there. Now, the more speed you have and the more Hopu feathers you have, it's significantly easier. Like right here, I can just go like this. Obviously, I have the Hopu feathers and stuff. But in that previous run that you were watching when I actually died, I had no Hopu feathers. So I would have to do the long and arduous process of making it there legitimately. Like through the little rocks and stuff. See if this can make it. There you go. Eccentric Vase, best equipment in the entire game. Don't even have to cut any footage out because I'm just going to go straight to my ship here. You usually just have to run around that, make a big L. There you go. Come right here. But because I have the Eccentric Vase, I'm just going to do this. And then, but actually, I'll show you this real quick. There's a little Easter egg. Number one, you get two C280 prototypes. That's kind of cool. They come down from the ship that come help you out. But there is a little Easter egg over here. There you go. He's a little frog. It's a little frog. I don't know what his name is, but it's a frog. And then really quick for the logbook, so I can actually show you where it is instead of just explaining it like a Pega brain. Right here under the arena, all these little pillars, they converge on this central location right here. If you reach this spot before the 5-minute mark, so not the 5-minute mark, you don't have to get to this stage within 5 minutes, but when you are on this stage, if you are here in under 5 minutes to this specific location, you start the 5-minute timer when you enter the stage. If you're here by at least 5 minutes, the logbook will be right here. And then rip me, dude. I'm making my ship in time. See you later. I'm dead. That's where the logbook would be.
So hopefully this video was very helpful for you guys. I know I died during the fight, but again, I showed literally the entire fight except for that final phase, which again, if you're watching this video after the patch, then the final phase is the easiest part. It's pretty self-explanatory, but again, I showed it here, but it wasn't the same run, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you want more content like this. I can definitely make it. Be on the lookout for a dedicated Mithrix guide, not a video like this. It'll be like a short 6 to 8 minute video covering the exact phases of the boss fight in detail and just more Risk of Rain 2 content in general. You can check out my stream at twitch.tv/Woolie Gaming and consider joining our Discord server as well if you want notifications when I go live on Twitch or upload a video on YouTube here, or to just hang out with people that like Risk of Rain 2. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.